Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today is Sunday. You guys know what Sundays are, right? It's our Wealthy Word of the Week day. Before I get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I make videos. So welcome to Sunday, right? The Wealthy Word of the Week day. And I know this is many of you favorite day, right? And today I feel like I got a good word. I feel like I got a good wealthy word, right? And that word is failure. I know everybody like, how is failure a good wealthy word of the week? And failure is a good word because so many of us are afraid to fail. So we never even begin trying. I mean, people allow failure to literally stop them from making any progress or to doing anything. So today I have a quote, and I like this quote. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. So I got to say that again, right? Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So I got to break this one down because I really feel like this is going to be, it's going to hit the nail on the head for so many people, right? Success is not final. Let's start there. Success is not final. Literally, no matter what level of success you reach, you have to continue to put in the same level of effort that it took you to get there in order to maintain it. What often happens is people get to this point where they feel they get comfortable, they get complacent. And I tell people all the time, I have never in my life been complacent because I know that complacency leads to failure. So complacency leads to failure. And that alone can stop you from being just moving forward and actually maintaining the level of success. So do not think because you reached one goal that you're done, right? That it doesn't stop there. Set the next goal, continue moving forward. The next piece of this is failure is not fatal. Failure is not fatal. So many people do not make forward progress, or they do not chase their goals, or they don't do this or they don't do that because they're afraid to fail. I can't count how many times I've failed. But the thing is, I continue to try. I continue to try despite the failures. I continue to learn. I continue to educate myself, and I continue to move forward. And eventually, that failure turns into success, and it becomes a big stepping stone for me. So I guess I'm built different. I'm hoping that you guys we're trying to create this mindset so that you're built different as well, right? Don't allow that failure to stop you, right? Turn that into a stepping stone for yourself. Don't allow that failure to stop you at some point, right? So say you want this new career or you want to go into a new field. Don't be afraid of failing at the job or going there and not being as good as you were at this job. Don't let that stop you. If you never try, then you've already failed, right? So that failure is not fatal. So do not be afraid to fail. Go out here and fail and take those lessons and become better than you were yesterday. It is the courage to continue that counts. The courage to continue to make that progress, continue to try. No matter how many times you fail, get back up. So one thing I know people used to tell me all the time, if you fall off the horse, always make sure you get back on, right? So this Winston Churchill, if you fall off the horse, make sure you get back on. We used to ride horses as a kid. Do you know how afraid people were to get up on the back of a horse just because they thought the horse was too rowdy? It was going to jump up in the air and throw them off. But once you got up there, you had the enjoyment, the excitement of a lifetime. Now imagine if you allow failure to never let you get up there. So you were afraid to fail, so you never enjoyed that. You never had that moment in your life. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, right? So going into the remainder of this year, right? We almost in June. The remainder of this year, do not allow failure to stop you from moving forward and doing what could potentially be the greatest piece of happiness in your life. Do not allow failure to stop you from making forward progress. If there's something that you've been pushing out to the side because you're afraid that it was going to fail, I challenge you to take that step, to do the first thing to do it. Because so often we tell ourselves, hey, I'm waiting on this, and this first before I do this. But really and truly, you're just afraid to fail. No matter how many steps you take to try and get to a point, if you never start, then you probably won't ever start. I told you guys, even my intro for this journey, right? The journey, we discussed how one night I was just like, hey, you know what? I don't have the equipment. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. but I'm gonna start tomorrow. I mean, hey, I could have been afraid to fail. I set goals for how many subscribers and how many videos I wanted, and I had things come up. But each time I failed, I came back better. Eventually, I got the equipment I needed. Eventually, we got this thing going. Eventually, we had direction and we had goals to go. So I may have failed to many of you guys, but we continue to progress. We continue to move forward, and we have not given up on our journey yet. So we still on the journey to become wealthy. So the wealthy word for this week is failure. Failure. Do not be afraid to fail, you guys. All right. So that's going to bring me to our next point. This market, you guys know, last week we finally had a green week. So I know many of you, if you've been with me, right, you started this journey in December or January. So year to date, and this is just looking at the markets. Year to date, we're currently down 13.31%. But look at this. We were down 18% here. And we immediately recovered 6.60%. So this may not be the point of full recovery. But if you have continued to dollar cost average through, despite the red days that may have felt like failure, that may have seemed like failure, if you continue to dollar cost average through this thing, even if it comes up another 6 to 7%, you should be seeing profits. You should start seeing the fruits of your labor. You'll begin to see the successes. To the whole point of this thing is to beat the market. So right now, if you're down less than 13% of anything, you're winning. Because eventually it's going to recover and you're going to be the one that's going to be outbeating the market. So if you're down 10% right now, you're winning because the market's down 13%. If you're down 8%, you super winning because, again, the market's down 13%. It was just down 18% here. So again, don't let that fail you. So that's where we was going with that, right? We had to make that happen. We had to talk about that. You guys know that tomorrow is Monday and it's Memorial Day, so the market is actually closed on tomorrow. Tomorrow, I may be shooting 2 videos. So I started on the options trading 101. You guys see it here. I'm not gonna give it all to you yet. So we're gonna discuss it tomorrow. I'm gonna have everything kind of mapped out on what I want to do, and we're gonna go from there. And we're gonna actually put out some plays, especially some options. I'm thinking about putting out some options, charting out some good options. I'm gonna do a cheap one, a medium one, and an expensive one. I'm gonna allow you guys to kind of do what you want to do there. So but I'm not actually going to go into too much detail for today, but I want you guys to keep your eyes open for tomorrow and be looking for the options trading 101, and be looking for us a video talking about our strategy and plans for options trading on Tuesday. So I thank you guys for joining the journey to become wealthy. Hopefully you enjoyed the wealthy word of the week, which is failure. Do not be afraid to fail, you guys. Continue to do everything you can so that you be successful, and I'll see you guys later.